afternoon, everyone. Welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you so much for being here and tuning in with me today. I am super happy to be here with you. It's been an interesting day thus far, so did my massages and my appointments for the morning, so I'm starting a little later in the afternoon. But welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for everyone, new, returning, and thank you for returning and thank you for being new. It all is so very, very helpful and supportive and loving, and I deeply appreciate it. So today's featured sign in the traditional manner that I've been doing the readings is where I go around the zodiac wheel. So we're in the beginning of the month, April readings. We're on the beautiful sign of Virgo as the featured sign. And right in front of you, I'm going to pick the highlighted, which really means Spirit has a specific message for Virgo in this particular connection. And I mean, it doesn't have to be romantic, but all of my readings are about love in some form. And there's all different types and variations of love, right? So the messages that'll come through for this highlighted, I will be reading 3 specific major categories so that most answers can be, found in the messages. And then I finish that particular reading and storyline, if you will, with a rune and the explanation for that, then following and finishing with the oracle messages for every single Virgo as the featured sign and every one of your connections so that everybody gets a message. Sometimes you feel the message immediately and you feel as though I'm reading it directly to you, and I might just be. And other times it takes a day or so or longer because, there's no real timeline with spiritual messages. So let's see what your guidance for spirits need to share with you messages for the beautiful highlighted connection of Virgo and Well, I just did Scorpio yesterday, so I never do the same highlighted in a row, but I get it because it's really potent and we're having a full moon at the end of the month in Scorpio, which is why I think it came out yesterday, but it's also facing towards Sagittarius. Let me try one more time and I'll really know for sure. Okay, 3 is a charm that went off the table. Spirit, what would you like for Virgo to know, and what specific highlighted connection is the most important for today? Today being April 6, 2021. Excellent. Aries. Boy, I'll tell you what, I just want to say, Aries keeps sneaking through there because we're in Aries season. And not only are we in Aries season, and mind you, this is a fire sign, okay? If you're brand spanking new and you have never heard about astrology in your life, I do a little bit of astrology in addition to my tarot readings. And then the compatibility between the connections that I'm speaking of and the signs and elements and so forth. And we're in Aries season. So that means that every year, we start the brand new astrology year with the season of Aries, the season of spring, because Aries represents the beginning of spring, the beginning in general, the new, the exciting, the fiery, passionate, motivated, inspiring energy that happens. And I know we all can relate to that on some level. Spring break, spring love, all the things that excite us because it's a chance to really start fresh. The blossoms come out, new things are around us, and it's just even more conducive to having that genuine feeling of wanting to be with and one with what's experienced, in our lives, in the universe, in the planets. And I'm feeling really good and powerful in the process. So there you have Virgo. You're an earth sign Virgo, and you are incredibly grounded, very practical, very intelligent. So what's interesting about you getting Aries is because I was thinking, as I always do, I'm an air sign. We have the moon in Aquarius. There's a lot of predominance of Aquarius and will be many, many years to come of not Aquarius, but air signs. Air is about the mind. Air is about thinking, learning, teaching, expressing, communicating, writing, opening up ideas, inventions. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so it's unexpected, new, beautiful possibilities in the world that can change the trajectory of our lives in ways that we never have before, with complete about-face, opportunities and magic with Jupiter in the mix, with expanding things and opportunities coming in and luck and being at the right place at the right time, all the while having Saturn right there the whole year too in Aquarius. So Saturn is our taskmaster. Saturn keeps us on track. So you've got this yin-yang kind of thing going on the whole year. Specifically in regards to Aquarius, the desire, and Aquarius is very freedom-seeking anyway. You know, they're open-minded. They don't like to be confined. They don't like all of the aspects that I'm speaking to you and that I mentioned about Saturn. And yet it's essential for us to keep on target and to keep focused, especially if you're learning something new, which is what's so predominant in the era of air. Okay, it's a mind and thought, and like I said, expansion, to grow and to learn and to study and to take a new, class, or get deeper into a subject you already know. This is so prevalent for you, Virgo. This is who you are. You're ruled by Mercury, so that's the mind. That is continuous, movement and wanting to expand and grow. You're an incredibly intelligent sign. And what I was going to say is, so we have the sun in Aries, making it the sun season. Then we have Venus, which is all about love, money, magic, that beautiful, incredibly passionate, creative, magical energy and feeling that comes. The feminine quality is very, very prominent with the beautiful planet of Venus. And we just had the beautiful full moon a weekend ago on the 28th in Libra, another air sign, ruled by Venus. So there's all these patterns and connections that tie us together and make sense as to why feelings are happening the way they are at any particular time in our life, or month, or day, or moment. And so we have Sun in Aries, we have Venus in Aries, and Mercury went into Aries a couple of days ago. So there you go. Mercury is your ruling planet, Virgo. There's a lot of thought and definite intention in communicating and getting messages across. Learning, like I said, you love to learn. You love to just delve into the deepest parts of your psyche and intelligence, Virgo. I never have met a Virgo that hasn't excelled in whatever they're doing, and very, very hardworking, diligent, caring. They take this knowledge, they share it with others. That's the Aquarian energy too. It's about helping everybody. The bigger picture, the teams, the organizations, the groups of friends and so forth, the list goes on. But predominance being just this beautiful, motivating, inspired energy to get things going. We've had a long pause and reset, as they call it, for this year and last year. And our motors are running. And we don't really feel like we want to stop when it's, Aries energy. Your, highlighted connection there. It's just this powerful, full speed ahead. Come what may, youthful kind of, let's just go for it. Let's just have, hey, maybe you just want to go on vacation. It's going to happen. You got the new moon coming in, so that'll be the moon as well, in Aries on Sunday. And I'll light my new moon intention candles, as I always do. It's a powerful one. It's so phenomenally instrumental in getting our act together and making our dreams come true. Now, you're more practical, you're more realistic, I would say, as an earth sign, Virgo. And, you're calmer, you have a calmer demeanor, you're grounded, you love nature, you love having your feet on the ground, and you like being able to see, touch, and feel what it is that you're thinking about or, expanding upon. You want it to be kind of factual, whereas the opposite side of the spectrum with this Aries combination is, we'll figure that out later. Let's go for it, man. The time is of the essence, Haste makes waste and so forth. But you actually balance each other out really well because of that polarity, for lack of a better word. It's exciting, adventurous. I don't think there's ever a dull moment. And then with you and your kind, nurturing, you, Virgo, you're known as the archetype, the virgin. That's all about purity of heart. Generally, you're always out to help others. You're always in some field that can help others to grow. If it's not teaching or, medicine or whatever it is, it's about others. It just always has been. And you're very organized, very well planned. You're very capable. You're very, I would say, meticulous comes into mind, very tidy and stuff. Not necessarily all the attributes, though I've met many Aries that are very tidy and such. That's like a nature versus nurture, quite frankly. I don't really consider that a personality trait per se. Impulsivity, yes, but you know, as far as you being clean and tidy, I think that stems from how you were raised and so forth. Although they say Virgos, for the most part, are very, very anal, for lack of a better word, very, you know, very interested in everything having its place and everything, you know, being in order and organized, which has to do with the ability to organize, like I said, and not everybody has that talent. So it's nice to have that with somebody. It's nice to know that when you're off and about and doing something, you've got this grounded, stable, calm demeanor kind of person with you to kind of tame the fires, if it will. It's exciting and beautiful, but the only thing I would say is to make sure that the communication, because it's so very prominent right now with Aquarius especially, that the communication is done with some forethought, because sometimes in the Aries season with the fire, and then we've got, I forgot to mention, Mars, the ruling planet of Aries, but also the fiery warrior planet with, you know, it has to do with conflict and aggression and fever and hot and steamy, you know, that's in Gemini. Another air sign in Gemini is also ruled by Mercury. So there's a lot of interesting but very dynamically powerful energy to move you forward. If you've been kind of waiting for that green light, if you will, it's on, okay? It's happening for you. And this is the connection. And if it's not love romantically, a business partner, absolutely. No holes barred. We're going to make it happen. I will do whatever I can. They will be there for you, steadfast as you are for them, Virgo. And you work the love language, you work the understandings and the ways that you go about doing things, and it'll work very, very well. It's known to work through many, many decades that I've been studying these two. So, and if not, you know, if it's not a person that this connection is about, it's about that energy of Aries really taking hold and really taking advantage, if you will. And I don't mind using that word. It's there for that very reason. It's there for us to utilize, and I only hope that that's what happens for most of us. Sometimes there's reasons and, you know, things slip through. I don't see that happening for you, though. And I feel like this is something that you've been feeling pretty good about, and you've been doing your due diligence to look into, Virgo, as far as this Aries. So, and now's the time, unless it's next year. I mean, it could be. But that full moon also was very prevalent for relationships in general. So a lot of things have been, you know, looked into on the romantic side of life, and the ability to communicate and to be fair and just, which is what Libra is about, and seeing all sides of circumstances, and not necessarily needing to be right, but to feel good, right? That's important with this energy still lasting for a while now. That moon can last for a couple weeks and onward. Let me read you the messages though, okay? So that's the outer, you know, that's the main focal point of the energies happening right now that are at your disposal. But the three categories usually cover all questions in regards to this connection. And the first one is always the overall energy that brought you to this reading. Now we're reading the beginning of the months. And so, you know, I always say just follow along, give it some time if it's not happening right now, and then definitely come back for your mid-month reading, because then you'll really know if it's stayed the same, if it's expanded, if it's expired, all whatever, you know. But with that new moon, I feel like it's going to be up and up all the way. The first card, which I absolutely love, is the King of Cups, because that's about your emotions. Now that has a lot to do with the moon, because, well, love does create emotions. Even, it doesn't matter if you're a reserved earth sign or a fiery, passionate Aries. We all have a heart. We all have love in our hearts. We all want to experience that beautiful feeling and fulfillment, you know, that the cups, the watery elements, can bring into our being, you know, that we all have a part of us, you know. We just, it takes sitting with that and really feeling things sometimes to recognize, yeah, I'm not all about work. I'm not all about my mind and my thoughts. I want to feel. I want to be vulnerable. And, you know, the Scorpio full moon, at the end of the month it's a powerful one, boy. It's digging deep, and it's being real truthful about everything, you know, about this new concern, new relationship, new endeavor, new entrepreneurial possibility, new class, new study. You know, recognizing where it's going to, what it'll take, what you need to really do to feel, you know, grounded, of course, which you normally do, Virgo, but just being more heart-centered about it. Listening to your gut, listening to your intention always, your intuition, excuse me, and your intention. King of Cups, the most mature, you know, there's happiness, there's good feelings, there's reciprocation, there's romance, there's a lot of creativity too. Cups represent creativeness, you know. Our cups are full when they're being used and we're, you know, achieving things we want to do. And it's not always just love. It's about utilizing our senses and our ability to be as creative as we can be. That's extremely fulfilling in an emotional way. These are this deck I love. It is the Queen of Tarot deck. Queens of Tarot, and it's so very beautifully illustrated and intricate. And you see the two fish here, that would be the Pisces. Now we have Neptune in Pisces, and that's going to be happening for some time. Well, Pisces is, you know, the creative sign of the zodiac. Pisces is the old soul, the ability to, you know, be adaptable and mutable, as what you are as well. I forgot to mention, you're a mutable sign as well, Virgo. So in addition to being grounded, you're open to changes and ideas. And that's what you'll get with Aries. They're going to be that initiator, the, you know, pioneer to start things. You'll be like, what? I've never heard of such a thing. Well, you will with the Aries, let me tell you. Certainly with that idea to let, you know, to try, at least give it a try. I love this. And I've certainly for any kind of love connection readings, because it does cater to the good feelings that love brings. And like I said, just the kind of a balance of energy, of emotions, which is really beautiful. So the next category is always the overall blessings or possible, you know, obstacles that are happening at this point. And you've started with the King, which is once again the maturity involved in all things. Certainly how you feel and, you know, your relationships come highly into regards to that, or highly into focus. But let's see what it has to say for the possible blessings or obstacles. You have the Queen of Wands. Wow. Fire and water, you know what I always say, boy, you get that going, and there's that tense, that ooh, the intensity, the word escapes me right now, but no, it's just, it gets steamy, it gets serious, but it's heartfelt. You know, the queens are the ones that have every intentions of achieving anything they want. The maturity is there just as it is with the kings. But the queens represent the feminine internalizing that we all have to go deep inside once again. And to take that and turn it around to help, to reach out and help with every possible way that you can. There's a cat that's always in the Queen of Wands, you know, depiction. To me, it's our wise, you know, guidance. The animal spirit of a cat, quite fascinating. You know, they are amazing creatures. My kitten actually ran outside today, and that's another reason why I'm a little later than usual. He's an indoor kitten. So my heart was kind of like, oh no. But he's back. And yeah, it's just powerful, powerful, beautiful energy. Feeling strong in your energy, feeling really empowered. And like I said, this is a no holds barred energy as well, because the wands represent the fire. So it's Leo, it's Aries, it's Sagittarius. You may have somebody in your circle that's very, very prominent in something the two of you are doing together. The Aries, once again, it's all perfect as far as what energies are coming through for you. I feel like you're feeling very much a part of the energy right now. You're going with that flow and just, you know, doing this connectiveness and synchronicities that are very prominent right here in this reading. And you notice this Queen of Wands is looking in the direction of the King. So yeah, that could be you, Aries, looking at this the desire to really maybe focus on a different level of this relationship between the two of you. You know, I wouldn't say for the most part, a lot of times Aries in general, you know, they like to be free and everything, but boy, when they fall in love, that's it. So I think they're really set and understanding this is I want to take this somewhere else. That's exactly what the message is coming through with this. And it's an internal feeling, right? I mean, only you know when that time comes. I mean, you can talk about it and you can, you know, there's a certain amount of time that goes by when you have relationships or friendships. And, you know, I mean, it's just, it's a definite knowing, and it makes perfect sense. Once again, the co-creation aspect of the energies are all set for that. Predominantly with that beautiful full moon in Libra, that's love, you know, that's the fullest expression of wanting to be in an amazing relationship and working at it in any way you can, seeing all different, you know, perspectives about it, and compromise and balance and fairness. I like that. I don't think of it as a, you know, I mean, it's not my reading only, it's a general reading. I would say it's really dependent on you, but I don't see it as a obstacle at all, unless there's just this period of like, we're waiting still, but I don't know what that is. It feels like somewhat of a hesitation, but it could just be just still catching up and the resets from, you know, what had occurred before, because it's a process that's different for everybody. You're being invited to change and to walk through all that and to look forward is what's happening. The third category is always the overall financial. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I've never seen this card. It's the Two of Wands. And okay, so finances are money and their energy, of course. I don't know if it's gonna get blurry or what, I hope not. It's just standing there, you've got two possibilities. You've got this partnership, the fire yet again, the absolute trust and belief that you can accomplish this whatever relationship, this new endeavor, this new job. Like there could be two jobs and two forms of income, and it could happen because of the two of you being together, but I also see an option of another, you know, way to be receiving money. And it's just, you don't have any doubts. You're just looking ahead. You know it's going to happen. You're being patient. You know, a lot of Virgos and a lot of earth signs are quite patient. And that's why I love this energy for air or fire signs, I should say Aries or fire signs, because like I said, they can kind of keep them in perspective. Sometimes Aries just like, what? I gotta go, but I just, don't stop me. But, you know, they have this magic way of kind of calming things down and just explaining it in a way they're like, oh, okay, I'll give it another week or whatever. It's beautiful. Look at the diamond. I mean, I've never seen this card. It's just too cute. It's like there's no real sex. It's a bearded, who knows, doesn't matter. Very fluid. And, you know, little cute little shoes. It looks as though not wearing any real pants. A little bit of maybe frilly little underwear there, but just being you, man. Being you, doing what you do. And that in itself, to me, you're a shining star that people are looking at. There's a lot of emphasis, and that makes sense during an Aries season too, especially reading for an Aries, because it's your time. You got those sparkly, beautiful, magical things happening, and you're being a part of that too, Virgo. In the limelight. Not really having any hesitation or concern. You know you got this. Finances are good, okay? Keeping a balance is always important. I understand that you would do that, Virgo, and you'd make sure those books were checked not once but twice, and everything's a go. Everything's good. So I got a cup for the hearts and fire for the ambition, which is perfect for this time. And we're going to finish it with a beautiful rune that I've been adding, just like I call the cherry on the sundae. Kind of complete and punctuation at the end of this reading. And what do you have? These are the beautiful amethysts. Boy, I keep pulling out the same ones, and I've been shaking this bag. It's the X. X marks the spot. Amethyst, beautiful rune that can, you know, ward away the toxic energies and the people and circumstances we don't need. And you can do that every day and bless yourself. But I love using amethyst as a It means I've got this beautiful amethyst pointer. I don't know. It's nice to have natural nature things that you can appreciate, Virgo, as well, in hand to help. All the tools are really beautiful for us. So the X is on the back. What is the X? I did just read this. Gerbo. So you have the same reading, I believe, as yesterday, but I mean, it must be. It's meant to be. I didn't memorize it. I'll read to you exactly what it means. So Gerbo is, one more time, number 7. 7 is magical, right? 7 is lucky, and 7 is getting over difficulties. You know, the ones that we create ourselves in our mind. We're done with that. We're not looking in that way anymore. There's too much positivity, too much intention here, too much beautiful, powerful, go for it, go forward energy, okay? It's not about looking back. And so Gerbo 7 says, oops, it's in the French department, excuse me. There we go. This takes place, the period is between September 28th and October 13th. So it's during the Libra time, and there was that full moon in Libra. That has a very strong influence on this connection, okay? Or something happening starting now in Aries season, which is April. Well, it was the end of March and April. 6 months, okay? So something with this new moon can just start something that'll take some time, like anything that's worthwhile. Planting the seeds, plant your tomato seeds, for example, that'll take that time, right, to grow and prosper and flourish and be able to eat, so you can reap the benefits. But it could be something way different. The energy and the words mentioned are response, hospitality, generosity, reward, winnings, fortune. A gift is reciprocated, talent successfully applied. I just love this. Deterioration, poverty, and crisis for those underserving, a foretold betrayal. There's always a shadow period, right? There's always a shadow side, I should say. So there's that possibility. I'll read it again. Deterioration, poverty, and crisis for those underserving, a foretold betrayal. So that's a personal thing that might affect a few of you. I don't see that as being the outcome for a majority. It's too beautiful and too much there, and that's exactly the energy that you tend to see and feel once again around September and October, with the balance again of beauty and fairness and kindness and justice and love and relationships. So it feels like it's going to be a lot of months of really beautiful, abundant energy with all sorts of possibilities and opportunities, okay? And that's going to be a lot up to you as well. So I'm really grateful to read that to you. I love it. I'm going to move on to the oracles, which is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. And this is just letting you know that this is for every single Virgo, like I said, and every one of your connections. And there'll be someone in here, someone that you'll be able to feel and understand this is what this means to you. And if you have not subscribed, I would absolutely love you to be a part of my channel. And you don't have to pay anything. It's just a very kind and generous way to support me, okay, for free. And YouTube loves it. I appreciate it. And you can like and share and do all those other things as well. And you can also comment, and I will always respond if you have any questions or anything. I am here for you. It means a lot to me to do that. I miss interaction with people a great deal, so I'm grateful to be able to do this and now be back at work, of course. Your specific message, though, to the sea, to the sea. Number 7 again. There's a tie in there. You're working through the difficulties. You've got the emotions going, okay? You're feeling very introspective in a lot of ways. You know, the Hermit is the tarot card that is depicted of the Virgo. That's our inner guide, or outer, you know. I mean, it can be. There's usually a lantern being held by what looks to be an older sage. You know, it's about, you know, just long time cycles and understanding of years and lives and, you know, centuries gone by, and understanding the messages and the divine guidance that comes through to get through the things and the ups and downs and the challenges. But it is usually a star in the lantern, which is actually the depiction of the tarot card for Aquarius. So all very, very beautifully congruent with your reading. Let me show it to you. First of all, it's a beautiful color. And that really reminds me of, well, it's lighter, but it does lean towards the greens, which is the heart. Once again, our emotions. And it's just really beautiful. It's calming. It's serene, you know. So your message is to the sea. Number 7. I don't remember ever reading this either. So that's 2 of them I've never pulled. Though I haven't had these decks long. I've had them long enough to where I would have thought that they'd come up. So there's new. Once again, just something else. New, new, new. And if you're not feeling it, I'd be very surprised. But it's okay if you're not. Essential meaning, being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. And that's so perfect for you, Virgo, because you look into stuff. You like detail is a word I was trying to think of. Very detail oriented, very much about precision. And you know, you're the Mercury. You're just like, let's keep growing. Let's keep learning. What else can I find out? How else can I improve? What more can I do to be of service is kind of your claim to fame. And that's so perfect for you. And recognizing through life the different patterns that do repeat themselves. The Oracle message, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life? When events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless. This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. That's where we're at right now. That new moon is going to set that up for you as well. It's one of the most auspiciously beautiful new moons of the year. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. That's it. I mean, that says everything, and it's just so beautiful. And there's wings, it appears, on this beautiful woman sitting in the boat, just kind of taking in out at sea, you know. I mean, it's been so long since I've been to the beach, but I did live in an area of Santa Cruz where there was the beach, and I'd go quite often, and I used to take my kids to a closer one where I am now. But the thing is that when I'm there, the magic of it and the feel and the power and the magnetic energy and healing energy that it has, it just kind of takes you away. That's the flow, right? It calls to you, and you just see the eternity of it. It seems to go forever and ever. And then the sand, forget about it. I mean, these little crystals, I mean, I get carried away, but life is pretty amazing, okay? And to take those moments and to just really be able to recognize and appreciate that, it's a wonderful thing to do for yourself if you're ever really not feeling so much like you would like to feel, and maybe not in the flow. The final card is the Super Attractor Manifestation Message, one of my favorite decks. And it's about bringing that flow and that energy of creating and manifesting to a point where you actually make it happen. You know, it's so much a part of you, and it's so much what you put out that it only can come back in the same way. It's like attracting like. It's the law of attraction. It's all of that and some. Unlimited possibilities. And you have, my ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. Good feeling thoughts. Boy, I work on that a lot. I've really been being taught in that manner this year, because I've gone down a couple of roads that weren't pleasant. But I don't want to keep doing that. I want to bring in those good thoughts. Oh, I was coming up with a mantra again that I'd known before, but I just want to share it. I consider these mantras as well. You can take a snapshot or whatever and just say it throughout the day, and it's going to lift your spirits. It lifts your energy, literally. But the one I love is, you know, everything always works out for me. Or slash, just today I was watching a beautiful Lee Harris, you know, reading the energy. I'm a little far behind. He usually does it at the beginning of the month, but he does these monthly forecasts that are so wonderful. Just, Lee, I have to hear you today, Lee, because it's always inspiring and loving and uplifting. And basically he said his mantra he likes to do is something to the effect of, don't quote me, please help me to be the fullest expression of myself, you know? Help me to grow into the fullest expression of myself. And even saying that, it's like the ocean, it's eternal, you know? But to just have that as a foundational feeling, that good feeling, can only be good, right? Can only bring that in, can only, well, it's worthy to find out, I would say. So I'm rambling at this point, but I love and appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy your reading, and I hope you'll come back, because I will be here for you. And in the meantime, take care and embrace and thrive in your relationships and your love. And until next time, bye for now.